have the
one of those
text
organic
set?
starts.
Yeah, I got it right here. It's ready to rock and
You're
roll.
still doing the first one?
I would like to, yes.
Okay.
The first words are always like, "Oh, is it started yet? We're starting? Oh, fuck."
Oh no, sun is a deadly laser.
But we're gonna try and keep the cursing. I say we try and keep the cursing to the minimum.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to try to work on that.
Definitely gonna have to try to work on that.
Yeah,
but,
because I can curse him out. I can bleep him out, but like that's first of all more work for me, and second of all,
my vocabulary
we-
can make my own dear mother blush.
Make a sailor blush. What are you talking about?
I could make.
See, the great
sailor.
thing is I have
Turn
training for
scarlet.
this because when me and Sydney first initially started dating, anytime I went over to her house, she was like, "You cannot curse around my parents. That is not allowed. You will get us both in trouble."
This is truth.
okay.
I wasn't allowed to curse, so I have training in stopping my brain from cursing. So I'll be a bit better about it.
make sure phones are muted.
I already
first of
took
all.
care of that.
Okay, you don't gotta make fun of it. But yeah, I did not know. Well, I knew that they were crazy psycho, but I didn't know that they were that crazy psycho.
Oh yeah, they were, dude. They made us break up for a summer.
Oh yeah. She was like handing you clothes and like a phone
Yeah.
number or something. She's like,
No,
we're
she,
break.
she didn't hand me a phone number. She handed me a bunch of notes. She made like a bunch of notes of just like, hey, my parents are fucking crazy, so I wrote all these for you to where you know that we are still a thing. And I gave her, God, this is so cheesy. I gave her my Game Boy Advance with Pokemon Blue on it with a Squirtle as the starter, and I nicknamed it I Love You. This is so cheesy, I know.
Can't believe you gave away the Pokemon Blue that I remember playing a little bit.
It was probably
I
mi-
remember playing
it
a
was
little
probably
bit.
A little
mine.
bit.
It was probably mine.
Yeah, it probably was yours. I probably had no like reason to play with it, but I still liked playing Pokemon at the time. I still like playing Pokemon now.
Favorite Pokemon game so far?
so far?
Like, what's your favorite Pokemon game so far?
Soul Silver.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah.
I was not expecting
Don't
that
get
from
me
you.
wrong. I like red, green, and yellow, or red, blue, and yellow.
Mhm.
But
I mean, technically, there's red, green, and yellow as well.
yeah.
My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Gold on the Game Boy Color, the brick Game
What?
Boy Color.
The days.
Like,
Well,
mm.
yeah, but Soul. I'm playing Soul.
I'm not
Soul
saying that was my favorite. I'm
Yeah.
saying that was my first.
That was
just
Soul
like-
Silver was the first one. It's like I'm actually gonna try this one. I had a Typhlosion, I had Ghastly, I had a couple other Pokemon that I can't remember because it's been a couple of years. But like I go back to it every now and again. I'm like, yeah, I did that.
Sapphire for mine. I want
Sapphire,
I
I
want
played
to I want to play
fuck
Alpha
out
Sapphire.
Oh my
Or-
god, I shouldn't.
Is it
did I say
or is it Omega? No,
It hasn't
Omega
been
is
there,
Ruby.
has it?
Omega is Ruby, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
yeah, I think so.
I have no idea. I'm so lost on all the Pokemon games and that are.
It's just the remakes, kind of like how Soul Silver is the remake of Silver.
yeah, sure.
So, Sapphire has, their remake, and honestly, I want to play the remake, but that's only a 3DS. Unfreaking fortunately.
3DS is pretty good, but
Well, the problem is that like I wanted to play Omega Ruby, and I saw pictures of it online. I was like, holy, I want this game. And our roommate Nick informed me that like, oh yeah, no, you can get that on the Switch. I was like, I've been wanting a Switch forever. So I literally traded in my 3DS and a whole bunch of other games. And I was like, sweet. I literally got the newest Switch OLite for free. Like,
Yeah,
with
but-
what I traded in, I got a brand new Switch OLite for free. And then I go looking around, and I'm like, Omega Ruby's not on the Switch. It's a 3DS exclusive.
Okay,
So since that timer just went off, I was like, fuck! Are you fucking kidding me?
hey, we're trying to keep the cursing down to a minimum. On
Yeah,
the
that was my two
Okay.
that was my
that was
two
my two.
you get two.
for this 10 minutes.
for this 10,
10
minutes. But yeah, why don't we kick this thing off? Actually,
All right, welcome friends and knowledge seekers to the new and first episode of Live and Let Lore.
Yeah.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Jeremy.
Nah, I'm Ethan.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah. This plans on being a podcast where we mostly talk about lore, but sometimes we could go off on tangents about anything.
Anything. Knowing us, we are kind of scattered brain, but we're mostly here to have fun.
Yes.
So like, let's roll with it.
Yeah. Well, since we were on the topic of Pokemon, have you guys, not the new one, but what is it Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield.
Oh, I love Sword and Shield.
Oh my god, yeah, no. When I played Sword and Shield for the first time, I think it was around New Year's. I think it may have even been
it was,
New Year's.
It was around New Year's because I
real
had been
close to New
harping on
Year's.
you for a while. Like, dude, you gotta play it. You're gonna love it.
And I
Dude,
was
you
like,
gotta
nah,
play it. You gotta love
there's
it.
no way. I haven't played Pokemon in so long, and it was like playing Pokemon for the first time again.
Oh my god.
I was dumbstruck.
The gym battle music alone was awesome, man. I loved it.
Gosh.
I actually have that on my playlist.
I never played that game.
I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it.
No, what I was thinking about was the really bad one, which was Scarlet and Violet, because I heard that one was those ones were kind of bad.
I couldn't get into Scarlet. I tried. I think I got 2 hours into the game in total. And it's like I can't.
Yeah,
Well,
the
like-
entire premise of it, I don't know. Like I watched the trailer for it and everything. I was like, this isn't a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
This is trying to be a Pokemon game, but somehow they're not doing it, and I don't know how.
Yeah. I remember a lot of the people being like, "Oh, the graphics are, they're pre-alpha. It's, it'll look better when it comes
Meh.
out." Then it comes out and it's like I was watching someone play it, and I was just looking at it. And I was like, "Why do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy this?" And he was like, "Yeah, I like it. It's pretty
Yeah.
good." I was like, "What the? No, this looks like it came out for a 3DS game."
I can't get over the legendaries.
Oh
for it.
yeah, the
the
helper
motorcycle,
legendaries. Yeah, those are dumb.
They look
So,
stupid.
I think where they screwed up is they broke the Chinese zodiac theme that they had with the starter fire types.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Chinese Zodiac?
So if you'll notice on the Chinese zodiac, there's dragon, rat, snake, all the different ones of the animals on the zodiac. First generation, Charizard, air quotes here, air quotes,
Oh.
dragon. It looks like a dragon.
Without being a
Without
dragon.
being a dragon, even though it's a freaking dragon. Anyways, second generation, Typhlosion, the rat. Third generation, Torchic, rooster, so on, so on. They get all the way up to Scarlet and Violet. It's an alligator.
Oh.
Not part of that little trend that they were going with there. Like, they followed that all the way up to Sword and Shield.
Do you think that honestly threw him off? So
No, heavens no,
Oh,
that's
okay.
just a joke.
Okay, I was like, are you like being serious right now?
No.
The entire time, the entire dev team were walking around. They're like, I can't get into it. I can't get into it, man. Like we broke the cycle. I don't know. I'm threw off the feng shui.
Soiled it.
You know, right?
You know, Reiki.
But yeah, I just thought that Scarlet and Violet. I heard that they were bad, and then
Nah.
is
Yeah,
there
I
a
haven't
new
played 'em,
one
so I
that
don't-
came out? Is there a new one?
No, I think Scarlet and Violet's the newest
I
one.
believe that is the newest.
I could be wrong, but I think that's the
I
newest
believe
one.
that's the newest one to date. And like I said, I don't feel comfortable
like
giving an
Google.
honest opinion on it
Google.com.
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I haven't played them.
Yeah. So
But from everything I've heard, they're less than stunning.
No, it's not
Oh.
that great. See, I think they were trying to capture the open worldness of Legends of Arceus. I might be saying that wrong. Because everybody praises that game. Everyone's like, "Oh, this was a good one," and it's like, it's not my cup of tea, but I can understand why people enjoy it.
You got rid of the cockfights in your Pokemon game,
Whoa.
and like
I mean, that's
Come on.
technically what it is.
that's
Yeah.
the whole shtick. You got rid of half of your game, and you replaced it with
Capturing
completionist.
simulator.
Like the only way you enjoy Arceus is if you enjoy completionist runs and like you're trying to catch them all, as
See,
it were,
and that's
not someone
great.
like me who's like, can I beat the whole game using only one Pokemon?
Yeah,
like-
I'm the same way.
Because I hate myself.
Can I beat the whole game using only one type of Pokemon?
Can I beat the whole game using only a Ditto? And hate myself even more.
I mean, the
Oh,
earlier ones, yeah, all you need is water type. Because, like I said, Sapphire, play the crap out of Sapphire. As long as you get Mudkip at the beginning, you can play the entire game with just Mudkip. Because Swampert's capable of using all of the HMs you need to get through all the areas. He can dive, he can surf, he can rock smash, he can cut, like he can do them all. So like, you can play the entire game just Swampert,
God.
and I did it.
One of my favorite Pokemon, or two Pokemons, back when I used to play the original, Fire Red, Nidoking and Nidoqueen. because they were just able to have many different types of moves. So not only could they have normal and poison moves, which is what they are, but I had Nidoqueen with water moves, electric moves, and Nidoking with ground moves, and even a fire move, I think. I could be wrong on that, but still, they were so versatile. I was like, this is nasty.
Actually, tell
This is
last
so
year,
nasty.
a secondary HM whore. Just one of those little, like, you were
Bidoof.
only here to use...
A Bidoof.
a
Oh
Bidoof.
yeah.
You were only here to help me out with, like, these
You
problems.
you are the HM.
You are.
But if you got to come out in combat, I've already failed.
Because you are level 2.
Well, level 5 at minimum because of the team level up stuff. He got a little bit every now and again.
No, the originals didn't have that team level up.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's a new.
yeah.
That is a thing in
That's
Sword
a
and
newer
Shield, though.
thing
and
that I
it's-
love so much.
Oh my god,
Because
yes.
the old ones, you would need to switch out
Yeah.
your Pokemon so they could
You,
all get a chance
you would
in the
have
sunlight.
to do that grind.
Yeah, so
You'd have
I
to
remember in
grind.
my playthrough of Soul Silver, my Typhlosion's like level 80, 90 maybe, and everyone else is like 60, 50, and it's like there's kind of a level gap here. But
Yeah, no, just imagine if they didn't do that and
Yeah.
everyone else remained no XP. And if they didn't take part in the fight, no XP. You could get an item called an XP Share Stone.
But that would
which
only
you
be
would hand-
between 2 Pokemon,
It would
though.
only be between 2 Pokemon, so not even. Like, it would be, you would give it to one Pokemon, and then any XP gained by your battling
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it would be the two. It would be 2 Pokemon, the person with the helmet, and then any other Pokemon out. But it would still be those 2 Pokemon.
No, any Pokemon that was combating
Yeah,
would share XP to the guy who had the XP
that's what I'm
stone.
saying. Whoever is out would be the
It's
second
only
Pokemon.
one Pokemon that gets the stone.
Yeah, the one Pokemon that gets the stone gets half the XP of the
Yes,
Pokemon
but
that's
the
out
way-
battling.
The way you're saying it is you give 2 items to 2 separate Pokemon, and then they share the 2.
No,
It's
no,
just
no,
the
no.
one
Okay,
item.
okay, no, it is the one item. Hi, I'm Jonah. I don't talk the best.
well,
You're like the-
speaking on hi, I'm Jonah. Why don't we should probably like properly introduce ourselves because we kind of went on a tangent there for a little bit.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we did that and then went on a tangent.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like, hey, my name's Jeremy. Okay, here we go.
oh, okay. Well,
Just
then
kind of more of a
like
What do we want to talk about? What do you want to know about me?
who are you and what are you into? Why are we doing this?
Well, I'm Jonah, and I'm the big Halo nerd. God, I've listened to so many of the books, read so many of the books, lots of lore channels, videos. I am a complete and total loser and can name all the alien species actually in the Covenant, not the names that the humans call them, their actual given name.
their race name.
Yes, their actual
they call
race name, what they
themselves.
called themselves, and the Covenant calls them.
Yes. Ethan?
Ah! Oh, right. Ethan, I'm into long walks on the beach, and I probably know what you mean. But,
This isn't a dating game
I mean,
podcast. What do you mean by that?
what do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that.
wait, this isn't? Well, I'm going home. Screw this.
Going home. What? Oh, man, I shaved for this. You have a beard. I know what I'm talking about. You got it.
Wait a minute.
That's what it's only a visual gag. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, cut all of this out.
Probably will, but continue.
Continue.
I would be the resident Warhammer expert and just pure no lifeitude
With 40K.
with 40K.
Which, I mean,
40K.
you know.
I mean, yeah, no, the big hitty sticks.
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K.
My name's Jeremy, and I'm not really designated to one lore thing. I'm more across the whole board.
The jack of all trades, if you
Jack
will.
of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
Not as big as a nerd into Halo and 40K as these two are, because they definitely went into a deeper rabbit hole than I did. But I definitely do enjoy
seen
them.
the sun in months.
What color is the sky?
Why is it blue? I wasn't expecting it to be blue.
It's only the deep red and purple, right?
Yeah, sure, man.
That's the warp looking out at me.
But
It's
I'm-
winking at me.
I'm just kind of the middleman in all this stuff, and we're just here to enjoy our time. And if we really have a topic for a podcast, then we have a topic. But if we don't, we're probably just gonna end up shooting the stuff.
the shizat.
Got it. Yep.
The
The fecal excrement.
Fecal excrement.
Ew.
Ew.
But
it's gross.
yeah, this is just kind of us. We want to have fun with this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We want to.
Cause girls, they wanna have fun.
I love that song by Jack Black.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, this is just us. We don't expect this to go well. I mean, if it does, great. If not, oh
I mean,
well.
don't be a Debbie Downer about it.
I'm
Like,
not being
I'm not gonna say that we're gonna make this our new career and we're gonna quit our jobs today and we're gonna commit to. It's not gonna happen. We're not quitting our jobs unless this does take off. But I'm not expecting it to. But either way, we're gonna have some fun with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's get into a topic, guys. Back into another topic.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like we were picking up traction on Pokemon, but
Yeah, we can go back to that.
I don't know. Okay, I'm down with that. So, okay, since we're kind of on that topic, give me your guys' favorite starter.
From any
Any Pokemon, your favorite starter. Period. Mine's easy. Charizard.
Well, yeah,
That's an
but,
easy
like,
one.
I don't know. I kind of came to liking Typhlosion. Well, he's not. Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil.
Yeah,
Cynical. Yeah, he's on my top list. He's on my top
he's
list.
pretty
yeah.
good.
I love him. That's a good one.
I
Especially when he in later games will learn a Thunder Attack too.
Mhm.
That's just nasty. Yeah, in later games he picks up a Thunder Attack, and it's just nasty because it's like, hey, you got a Water type? Cute.
Excrement.
Oh yeah, extra.
yeah, definitely.
Shit. That's some good stuff. I mean, yeah, that's just type coverage right there.
Oh yeah, I love Pokemon that are able to do that kind of coverage.
Well, I'm noticing a theme with you and me, Jonah, where it's like fire funny, fire good.
Fire good. Fire good.
Because here's the problem with that. My, Torchic, just because Blaziken.
That's fair.
Blaziken's a beast.
Honestly,
Cyndaquil?
yeah.
Because Typhlosion's a beast. And Mudkip, because the aforementioned, you can get through most of the game
So
with
so
just...
so I heard you like Mudkips.
Heard you like Mudkips.
Heard you like Mudkip. It's a meme.
I
It's a
I'm
meme.
like, oh, no, I'm out of the loop. No, I'm just afraid.
I'm scared.
Fear.
So, who's your favorite again?
He's still trying to figure that out.
I'm
So yours
I'm
is
stuck.
Typhlosion?
Mine is definitely Typhlosion. Cyndaquil's, just the starter, I guess, but Typhlosion is definitely pretty up
Typhlosion's the
there.
I also love Charizard's shiny form too.
Ethan, if you could pick a favorite, any idea?
um.
Do you want us to pick like a specific game?
Well, I mean,
Probably help there because I mean, like,
God, if we were gonna do each game,
Oh, I have only two.
if we were to just go with that generation, then I guess it would have to be Mudkip then, yeah.
fair enough.
Mudkip.
That's a good
Mudkip
one.
for a start, just to get to Swampert, because Swampert is
He's a beast.
beast.
He is a beast.
Being also water ground.
Oh
Like,
yeah, like that's just.
What are you gonna do?
Even more Dickistry.
I honestly do. I do like Mudkip and all, but Turtwig is another. Is that the grass starter for that one? Turtwig. I also love Turtwig. I love all three of the starters for that one. Honestly.
Who's the fire?
What game is it?
I don't know.
Well, we're talking about oh shit.
I think we may have gotten our
I
starters mixed up.
I think we may be mixing up.
I think
Sapphire
Trico is
Pearl.
that
Yeah.
starter because it's Trico, Mudkip,
and
Torchic.
and Torchic.
I
So,
think.
I think I
Don't
have
quote
to
me on that one.
Torchic.
Don't quote me on that one.
No, I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
It says here for Ruby and Sapphire, it's Trico,
Yep.
Torchic, and
Yep.
Mudkip.
Yep. We were getting them mixed up because that is Diamond and Pearls.
Yes.
Starter is Turtwig.
I do love Turtwig though. Like honestly, that's my
Turtwig.
favorite grass starter because I don't like very many of the grass starters. Not even Bulbasaur. I'll be honest with you.
I don't think there are very many good grass starters in the first
I
place.
don't like
Are
grass
there?
types in general.
Because I don't know.
Grass types and bug types are the two types of Pokemon that's like I don't use them.
Yeah.
I don't use them.
Bug types can be good.
They can be
eventually.
good, but I just don't use them too often.
They can be good, but yeah, it's
Usually,
outside
most of the first form of the bug types are probably going to be bad.
Yeah.
Most of them. Specifically Beedrill.
Eh.
But his first form is like, what am I even doing? This is like taking a brick and slamming your head against it. Like,
Yeah, I would rather a Weedle than a Caterpie. At least you get poison sting.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, you get that.
There's one bug type. I forget what it's called. It's just this giant fire moth, essentially. I forget what that one's called. It's really cool looking, though. I love it. It's like volcanic or something like that. Oh, I probably butchered that.
I mean, I'd probably believe that that's a Pokemon name. Only because Pokemon names are like, Snake, Ekans, got it.
Snake.
Arbok, Cobra backwards.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it works, but
A lot
like,
of those really confuse me because I'm like, so this was originally written in Japanese, and then it comes over to English and it's a play on words.
yeah,
How does that work?
yes.
How is it written in one language and then is a play on words in another? Like it can't be a direct translation then. Like
Well-
they have to rename it for an American audience, right? For it to translate so well.
I also hate the English language only because it's stupid.
2, 2, and 2.
Bark. What's another one?
Life and live.
Yeah,
Live and live.
live and live.
Bass
yeah.
and
Okay,
bass.
let's get this straight. This is live and let lore, not live and let lore. Live and let lore.
Live and let lore. Anyways, so the Pokemon that I was talking about, that moth was Volcrano. Ugh. Looks very cool looking though. I like this.
Can I see?
I like its design. There you go.
Volcrana.
And,
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
and then you can just post a picture of it for those who don't know. But this was one of those bug types. I was like, actually, I would have that on my team.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a fire type, so that helps.
With this podcast, I also plan on this is mostly for the viewers. I'm plan on adding pictures with a lot of these because right now the background's probably just gonna be a looping video of space or something. Just kind of as
Dumbasses in space.
pretty much. It's gonna be a looping video space where I'm gonna throw up pictures of like who we're talking about specifically.
Oh yeah.
But like if we're talking about Master Chief, I don't need a picture. If we're talking about 40K stuff, probably want a picture so you can look at it and be like, oh, that's what he looks like.
Oh, that makes sense.
Halo, I might add in a couple pictures every now and again.
I feel called out. So, at work,
Uh-oh.
at work, I got done with my paperwork, and I go into the office, I set it down, and they're sitting there, and they're like, hey, we got a question for you. You're kind of a video game nerd, right? Open up my jacket, and I show them my Halo shirt, and they're like, perfect. Who is this character? And they were having debate because it was just a Spartan in, like, the green Mjolnir armor. And they were wondering, like, who this character was. I'm like, well, it's not the Master Chief. And one of them goes, ha! And he goes, well, how do you know that? Number's on the breastplate. It was Linda's number. It wasn't Chief's number.
Nerd.
Shut up.
What is it from Halo Wars 1 and 2? Red Team?
Yeah, red team.
Oh, I love Halo Wars. I love Red Team.
Oh, Halo Wars is good. Very underplayed game, I think.
Honestly, yeah. 1 and 2.
Played.
Not by
Okay,
us.
other
The hours I've sunk into it.
I was
Like-
like, we've sank some time into those
Even
games.
the story mode is like, okay, yeah, that's pretty fun. Then you play with people online. It's like, oh, specifically Halo Wars 1, where you play as the human. You just drop units everywhere. I loved that. Drop ODST everywhere.
So there was a time where it was me, Inspector, versus Ethan and Nick. And me and Inspector were both playing Covenant. Ethan and Nick were playing UNSC. I had gotten a scarab out, and he was just tearing up the front lines. I had walked away for a minute as I was preparing units and stuff like that, and I go back to the scarab, and he's got about like an inch of health left, and I was like, run! So there's just a squad of like 5 Marines chasing down a scarab running for dear life.
Could you imagine? Okay, for those who don't know, a scarab is like the size.
We'll put it up like right there. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll put it like.
post editor Jeremy, just
You guys are giving me a lot of work.
Love you.
We're gonna put up a picture of a scarab and like the size of a human compared to a scarab. Scarabs are pretty huge. They're about the size of like
a building.
they're
big.
A 3-story, 4-story house.
Yeah, they're big.
Imagine one running for its life with like 15 guys chasing after it.
All with the assault rifles.
Guns over their
Assault
heads,
rifles.
screaming,
And
shooting up in
launchers.
the air.
I was like, "Don't the fuck get away! Get it! After him! After him!"
Did you get it?
No, actually, I was able to get it away. Scot
can
free.
climb over terrain that Marines can't.
And also, Spectre sent in his scarabs to cover mine.
So it's one of those. Don't make me get my big brother. And then like, and running back the other way.
Honestly, Spectre's one of those people that I do not want to fight him in an RTS. He scares
No.
me.
He, boy, something else.
I don't want to fight Spectre in pretty much most games. I don't think.
No,
The only-
there's
The only game that I feel like I would have some form of a chance is an FPS.
Maybe. Boy
Maybe.
plays on European Extreme. Like,
Oh.
like
he's on a whole new. He is probably the best of us, which is funny because we are all just running in, screaming like banshees, just.
Yeah. I I'd like to think that I put enough hours into games to be like, yeah, I'm pretty good. And then you
Nah.
watch some other people and you're like, oh.
See,
Oh, I see.
I have no delusions of I'm pretty good. I know where I sit on the totem pole. I'm not the best player in the world,
Yeah.
but I have fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun playing capture the flag with you guys, and then we're just going about this the most stupidest way we can because it's funny.
Yes.
Nobody sees it coming. They're like, no one would ever try that.
You want
Allow
to
us to introduce ourselves.
That's so stupid. Might just work.
It just works.
It's only a dumb idea if it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, let's go back 9, 10 years. You, me, and Jasmine. So, for those of you who don't know, Jonah is my brother. Me and him are blood related. And Ethan here is one of Jonah's friends who pretty much became a brother from another mother.
I've known him since the first grade.
Yeah.
His credit is good.
They've known each other for a long time.
I've known Ethan longer than I've known you.
Yes.
Like that's funny.
Yeah.
I remember one time I told you that when you were younger, or Ethan told you that when you were younger. We were like, what? No, you haven't. Like, dude, I've seen you in diapers. I know where this all started.
Yeah.
I know when you entered this world.
I was there from the beginning.
He was.
But anyway, let's go back 10 or 9 years when we would play Halo 2 on the Xbox One with those big bulky controllers.
I used to have one of those for.
And I remember it'd be me and Jasmine versus you, and you had the unfair advantage. And
yeah.
there was a point where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put time into this game. And then I kind of got to a point where I think if we were to 1v1, I feel confident in this. I would blow
Oh
you
yeah,
out of the
you
water.
would probably kick my butt nowadays, most definitely, because I'm not a very hardcore gamer.
Well, I'm not as much of a hardcore gamer now either, because adulting. But
Don't remind me.
yeah,
That's in your way.
I mean, we've already had that match. We have, because I remember you beat me by like 6 points. It wasn't a spanking, but you did beat me. And I remember I know we said no quoting, but like it's the best way to describe it. So in Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z Abridged, there's that scene where Vegeta I know we said no quoting, but it's the best way to describe on how I felt. Because it was just that moment of, so this is a new feeling. Pride in someone else. Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by all this unyielding rage. It's probably the best way I can describe how I felt in that moment.
right.
If you want to edit that out, fine, go ahead. But like that's probably the best way I can describe my feelings in that moment.
Right. But yeah, we've been playing Halo since you've been playing Halo since day one.
Halo 2 is the best. You cannot change my mind. It could have, but
been better. What do you mean
I
it could've
still
been
enjoy
better?
it.
They cut so much out of Halo
Oh
2.
yeah.
They cut so
oh,
much out.
Yeah, because deadlines and
Yeah.
everything else. And
Yeah, they cut so much. I remember, if you have the original copy of Halo 1, and it will only work on an original Xbox, the big black boy, it'll only work on that. But they had a Halo 2 demo on the disc, and if you play that, it's the new Bombasa mission.
Yep.
But
way
holy
different.
shit,
Yeah.
it's so different.
Way
Yeah, because there's a
different.
cutscene with Master Chief with a sticky grenade. I don't know what they were talking about. It was like, I only need one.
No. It was the sticky grenade. You are correct.
Okay.
But the Covenant were coming, and he activates the sticky grenade. Cortana goes, "I bet you can't stick it. Want to bet?" And then it cuts out. I know
That whole-
because I've played this trailer.
It's a whole playable mission, and it is mind-boggling. But if you were to have put the same disc on an Xbox 360,
Can't do it.
It wouldn't be there.
Oh man.
Like literally, the option just wouldn't be on the menu. But if you put it on original Xbox, which I still own an original Xbox,
that thing is.
ancient, and you better believe it still chug-a-lugs.
Oh, yeah.
It still works.
Well, don't you have a not app one?
No.
Good answer. Good answer.
No.
Yeah, I remember the cutscene because I don't know if I saw you playing it or if I saw a video of someone playing it.
You
but it was like,
probably
that was
saw me watching, because in Halo 2, it also came with a CD, and it was just, like, behind the scenes of making for Halo 2. Like, you know, this is us getting into, like, how we did
yeah.
it. And they play through that scene as well.
Yep.
And it was... It's a totally different game, and I honestly, to this day, was like, man, I wish they would have kept that.
I'd like to
Because
imagine.
so cool.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine that they took a perfect game, air quotes here, a perfect game, and just made it into a great game.
Yeah,
It's great,
that's fair.
but like it could have been perfect, maybe, I don't know, depending on what they cut. But you know, then Halo 3 came out, and the internet literally exploded.
See, I actually remember where I was when Halo 3 was announced, because I was over at this guy's house, Ethan's, and we were playing, I think we just got done playing Halo 2 again for shits and or giggles, and we got done with that, got snacks, turned on the TV, Halo 3 trailer dropped. When I tell you that we were like, oh, girls at a slumber party, oh my god, we were excited. There was just excitement in the air.
I remember seeing that trailer, just being like,
It's time.
And then it
It is
turned out to
time.
be literally amazing.
literally incredible. Oh my!
It was
So-
it was really good.
You may have been too young for this, not to make me seem any older,
You're
but
old.
Shut up.
you
old
remember
too.
Shut up.
the game fuel flavor that came out with Halo 3?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, it was
holy-
legendary.
dude.
was
You
oh
just like
my god!
I remember I don't know if I had one or if I remember those.
We got 12 packs when
Holy-
that
I
game
gotta
came
look up
out.
the can now.
God,
Alright.
the can looked amazing. It was like holographic and everything. Oh my! They haven't made them that good since.
No,
Like that was, it was incredible.
Honestly.
And then they released Game Fuel again for the Warhammer launch, and that was not Warhammer. Warcraft launch.
Yes.
And that was also pretty good.
That was pretty damn good.
And then they released it again a few years later, and it just wasn't the
Destiny,
same.
I think it was. No, I'm not sure.
No, I think it was a Call of Duty game that got it next, and then after that there was a Destiny.
Well, that
release.
explains, because it's Call of Duty. I'm kidding. kidding.
Please don't
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 hurt me.
crucify me. I beg you.
Wait, was it an energy drink?
No. It was Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
It was so
Wait,
delicious.
Halo
though.
3 Mountain Dew Game Fuel.
Was
I-
it this?
Let me-
Indeed.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
That boy.
It was so
You know,
delicious.
the more I'm looking at it, yes, I do remember this because I remember it being
It tasted like liquid gummy bear.
yeah.
It was so
It was really
goddamn good.
Honestly, I wish they would bring
Oh.
that flavor back, because
Well, the problem is that they keep being like, "Oh, we released Game Fuel. Game Fuel's out again." It just doesn't taste the same. And I don't know if that's just because, like, oh, well, I was a kid back then, or like they did something with the formula. Like, what am I supposed to do? Look at it on a chemical level and be like, yes, well, I don't see. There's not enough Zetherian oxide in this one. I
So
don't,
what
like,
you're saying is we need to get time travel. Go back in time when Halo 3 first released.
No, go back in time, find younger you two, beat the shit out of them, and grab the can and come back.
Take the 362.
pop back in and suddenly be like, I'm traumatized and I don't know why.
Why do I have the scar above
Whoa.
my forehead?
Whoa.
See, my
I'm having
mind
a panic
immediately
attack.
went to like the greatest heist of all time and just stealing a pallet of Mountain Dew to bring back, like a whole pallet of 12 packs, because it was good.
I mean, it'd be
I could-
expired
it was
when
really
you
good.
came back, but like you know,
I mean, if it was in the time pod with us, no, it would
I
not.
mean, fair enough. But that's a whole lot of ifs and
A
ands.
whole lot of extra weight to just
Yeah.
bring in our metaphorical time machine.
Yeah.
We do what we want. Do what I want.
Yeah, sure.
Your hypothetical time machine might not be able to carry that much extra poundage. You're right. I'll install a forklift. Now
That's
to
a
get my
good idea.
certification.
Check.
Check.
Woo.
Oh, I have not thought about that can in a hot minute.
Was some
That-
good stuff though.
That was like
It was
a
some
hardcore
great
slap in
stuff.
the face. Well, also the thing that I remember the most with Halo 3 is the main screen. Also with Halo 2 a little bit. That one just had the epic music. But Halo 3, it's the Arbiter and the Chief just kind of standing there back to back. God, that looked cool when you're 10 or
All right,
8
wait.
or
Are you
whatever.
talking about the home screen?
The home screen? Yes.
No, the Arbiter and Master Chief. I mean, I'm sure there was a snippet of it, but I always think of like when that's just one of the maps and it's the Warthog and you see the ring in the background.
Oh, yeah. I think that's maybe...
Honestly, though, but the reason why I enjoyed 3 as much as I did is because it introduced Forge, and that just opened up a wall of chaos.
Gosh,
and it was great.
Like Spectre and Nick.
Oh my god, yeah.
We would just pop on one day after school, and they'd be like, "Hey, we made a new map. You want to check out our new map?" Be like, "Yeah, okay. Well, let's check it out." And they had built an entire spaceship with functioning drop pods, landing down on an alien assault. And it's like,
You did what?
we
Guys.
left you alone for how long have you been working on this? And they're like, "Oh, just casual 10 hours or so."
Yeah.
Just
And
casually.
it's like,
Well, like when you're a kid, 10 hours, like, oh, I spent 10 hours on that.
Right. Oh my god, speaking about games that we played
but it was
hardcore,
just the maps that they
Civilization.
would make. The maps that they would make just blew my mind every time.
Yeah, the only real Forge thing that was
that.
really cool.
Nothing.
Okay. The only Forge thing I did that was really cool was prop hunt in
That'd
Halo
be
Reach.
Reach, yeah.
Yeah, because there was like something that you could do where you could hop into you change it, so it would be the main object, and you could change it into a mongoose without changing its like look. So you could still blow it up, but you couldn't see the player and you couldn't see the lights. I think.
I don't think that was Reach.
I think it was Reach. Maybe it wasn't.
I think it was 4
Maybe
where they did that.
I don't know. Reach had a lot of mods though.
That is true. So
That were
very
just
well.
available.
Speaking about Reach, there was actually a day that me and Spectre were messing around on Reach, and I have this video, but it was for the Master Chief collection, and I put down one of the camping stool chairs, and I walk up to it because I was like, maybe I could sit in it. Couldn't sit in it. Got mad. Started shooting at it, meleeing it, threw a grenade at it. The chair then comes flying up and smacks me in the face, killing me.
you pissed that chair off.
I guess I did.
But yeah, I
Teach you to disrespect the furniture.
I guess, yeah.
taught you a lesson.
I did. I did.
Now, Halo Reach was probably the one that I put the most time in, only because I wanted the that really hard, impossible to get helmet, the one that was on fire and had the skull.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Couldn't get it. Never could.
No, I didn't go.
You
that
have to
far.
put an ungodly amount of time.
It's a lot of online.
Yeah. Nowadays you can just buy it through MCC, which is cool. But like back in the day, if you saw someone with that, that they could.
You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Rutro Raggy.
You best hope that they're on your team.
Put that thing back where I came from, Marcel. Help me.
Yeah. I know a couple of people like were gifted it as like a hey, thank you. Couple.
Yeah,
of
it was mostly
Make-A-Wish.
beta testers,
Yeah.
the devs.
Wasn't that the only way to get it was to actually be on the dev team and like
No, there
or
were
to kill someone?
There
who
were
had it?
helmets. There were helmets that were like that, but the helmet that Jeremy's talking about, it was just kind of a here. Thank you for helping with our project, and then life went on.
Well, there were two variants. There was the normal one, which was just it looks like
I believe in you.
Emil's
Yeah.
helmet, just without the skull. The skull etching. 'Cause
Yeah.
There's the normal one without the skull. There's the one with the skull etching. Then there's the one with the skull with the flame on top. And the one with the actual human skull in the helmet that you could see that had the flame was impossible to get.
Yeah, that's fair.
I put a lot of hours into it, and then I look back and it's like, holy shit, never came close.
Nah.
What would you have to do to get it?
You literally just have to play online
I would
for
say,
hours.
I think it's max rank. and-
Everything.
Yeah.
You're what it was like sergeant, major. There was like actual like ranks in the game.
Dude, you could get all the way up to like brigadier general.
Yeah, you got up there, and it's like there's so much time that you got to put into that game. I
Yes.
loved it because like unlocking things. That's a lot of things that a lot of games do nowadays. Where it's like just buy the cosmetics. It's like yeah, that's cool, but like in the
No.
old games, it's fine.
Remember
for
when you
what
had to earn it? When
Yeah.
you had to unlock it?
when you had to put some time. MCC did it okay, I think.
I didn't mind
With
how
the
MCC did it.
Requisition credits?
Yeah.
And all
Like you
that
just
jazz?
earn credits and then you can just do it and pick what you want. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, but a lot of the games are just buy the cosmetic. It's like, yeah, I could, but like
It's
if I
got to be a pretty
Just
good
buy
cosmetic.
the box that has a 0.1% of dropping the cosmetic
Yeah.
you want.
and there's also copies too, so I mean that's cool. It's like
God, that is the biggest kick in the nuts.
getting
When
copies.
you're like, oh, great, I only have 7 of these.
yeah,
I didn't just waste 3 hours earning that. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks.
Better,
most-
even better. Oh, wow, I never used that character.
yeah. Overwatch,
Yeah.
Overwatch 1 was really good with that, where it was like, oh great, a skin for a character that I don't use.
Yeah, but at least if you got a
Yay.
repeat skin, they were just like, here's gold.
Eh, not gold credits. 'cause
Credits.
Gold was used to buy the golden guns. Or
Right.
Competitive points. or
Credits.
whatever. We were huge into Overwatch 1.
Ooh, for the longest time.
And then Overwatch 2 came out, and we were like,
I'm
"Oh,
done.
This is stupid." But I imagine most of you know why we don't like Overwatch 2.
You mugged me in
Yeah.
broad daylight.
Well, like, oh hey, PvE is gonna be a thing with story mode.
That was the same. They were going to have campaign.
Well, they were gonna have like actual like background stuff. I mean, you could read the comics for background stories and stuff, but like to play it in the game, it would be a lot more fun. But then they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. It's
Look,
like,
that upsets me about as much as when Halo Infinite decided to be like, hey, you know how the game started out? Yeah, there was a book that came out before that, and you need to listen to the book to know what's going on in the game. It's like, or you could just tell me what's going on in the fucking game.
Yeah, if I need to go to an outside source to know what's going on in your video game, you've done something wrong.
yeah,
Like if I need to go and read a separate book or go visit a web page or like go somewhere else to get the information of what's happening,
at least with the 40K games, like, you know, you can know what's going on, but like Space Marine, the first one,
yeah,
you don't got to know a thing in
Dawn of
Son
War,
I
Dark
don't need to know a
Crusade.
damn
You
thing.
don't
It's
need
just
to know a
it's just
thing.
a fun background that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what that means, and then you feel a little hee hee ha ha for like the knowledge you've acquired being
Yeah.
useful. But otherwise, I don't need to know that Cockney accent, big green guy bad,
Yeah,
me blue boy good, shoot green guy.
me blue boy against green guy have better luck advantage here, so I'm gonna win.
Like, it wasn't too hard to see, like, ah, yes, people being killed, stop people being killed.
Yeah,
I mean,
Jet Set Willie go.
another good example, in my opinion, was from Halo 1 into Halo 2. I liked it personally because not knowing the information of the book from First Strike and you go into Halo 2 doesn't really take away your enjoyment of the game. Knowing the book and the information from First Strike is like, ooh, I know what happened.
yeah.
And it's just a little tidbit that I enjoyed.
That and plus, Halo 1, Captain Keyes. He was so cool.
I mean, yeah.
What was until, you know, the flood got him. But like, I
Spoilers.
mean, dog. That game came out before I was born.
I was about to say, like, I was there when it was written.
22 years. 2001?
Yep.
2001.
Oof.
Same year as Finding Nemo. It was.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, it was.
That was a fucking illusion.
Yeah.
Time's
Anyway,
an illusion.
Captain Keyes was pretty dope, and why don't we kind of go into that a bit? Because I love this story.
I mean, so originally when Captain Keyes is first, air quotes, introduced, the first book is The Fall of Reach. And he's not a captain yet in that book because he actually got knocked down in rank due to an event that I will not go into, but basically there was a snafu and he refused to rat out his superior officer. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. So he originally got put on to Dr. Halsey's team for that reason, because she's like, you can keep a secret. That's what I need right now, because you're going to see some stuff and you need to keep a fucking secret.
Yeah.
So from there, he kind of helped with the first few Spartans, kind of started figuring out what was going on, and Halsey was like, okay, we gotta send you out, and then she continued the mission with another guy. Later, when you see Captain Keyes, he's actually still not a captain yet, and there's a whole fight that goes on outside of a planet. I forget the name of the planet right now. And Keyes just basically 1v2 Covenant ships and wins, which is unheard of at this time. It is a what? Got the boost or got the rank from what is the admiral's name? I cannot
Real
remember.
quick, like one UNSC ship versus 2 Covenant ships. That's like doing the work of 20 ships.
It really is, because
The normal exchange rate is 10 ships to 1 Covenant
it
ship.
really was. And any time that there was just that going on in a Covenant versus UNSC battle, the UNSC had to outnumber the Covenant to have a chance. And that's just trip. And it wasn't even like he destroyed both ships. I think he disabled one, and it kind of was like, oh no, I need to get out of here. So they got out of there, and then they destroyed the other.
Captain Keyes, it's a 1v2. Then it's a fair fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
They outnumber us 2 to 1. But it's
Basically, he was just able to hold them off until support came in, and the admiral of the fleet that, helped Keyes finish these guys off was like, hey, you did good, son. Here's a promotion. You're now captain.
good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
that was some mighty fine captain. you
Also,
just did.
Captain Keyes saving some ODSTs.
Oh, that is one of the most hardcore scenes ever in a book. That is the Cole Protocol, I do believe, pretty early on in the book. So basically, the leader of the ODSTs initially gets killed, and Keyes is the ranking officer throughout the entire mission, and Phazon was second in command of the ODST. Keyes pretty much goes, okay, look, I know this is your job on the field, but I've got an idea. You're going to shut up and listen to me. I'm not going to really spoil it too much, but he does basically save everyone pretty damn well. So much so that the ODSTs actually initiate him and give him a Helljumper tattoo. And be like, hey, you ever need anything from an ODST, you just roll up your sleeve, show them that tattoo, and make sure it gets done.
How did they give him the tattoo?
So they probably did it the way they initiate all non-ODST members. They cornered him, hogtied him, dragged him into a room, and then just cut off his sleeve with a knife, and then just gave him the tattoo.
So fucking cool.
Just so cool. We're just gonna jump you, literally jump you, beat you up a little bit, make you think
No,
like we're gonna kill you. a
They
little
didn't beat him up at all, but Keyes was flailing like crazy.
bit. They definitely sold it.
Oh,
They were like,
yeah.
we're gonna kill you and probably vent your body.
So with
They're
that
like-
tattoo, literally anytime he has a problem with any ODST or any
Whoop.
ODST is like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. He's like, shut up,
You
I
could
got
just-
this.
It was more or less
Honorary.
hey, I need this done. They'd be like, okay, one of us.
Respect.
Let's get it done.
One of us.
One of us. One of us. Anyways,
But Captain Key, like, that's a character that you only see in Halo 1, and then he dies. And then it's like, okay, that was a character. That's
Yeah.
cool.
and
then
then
you
you
go back.
listen to the books or read the books or watch a video on him, and it's
Yeah.
like, my God,
It's like, whoa!
it's actually really cool.
That guy's 10 times cooler than what I thought he was.
The phrase in Halo 2 when Lord Hood says the Navy has lost one of its best, I agree wholeheartedly. Keyes was a legend, in my opinion.
So we're not gonna we will talk about lore and all that stuff in this, but we do want you to go and like buy the book, read the book, listen to the book, whatever.
Yeah, if we're going to be talking about a book specifically, just know that that's spoiler territory.
Oh yeah, this
Don't.
whole podcast is spoiler territory.
Just a permanent spoiler warnings on
Yeah.
from this point forward, from the beginning of this podcast forward. But at any rate, it's just spoiler warnings for anything you want to listen to.
Yeah.
But anyways, continuing.
Yeah.
Sergeant Johnson's another character that I actually really enjoy.
Yes. He
In
gets
the books too, he's also amazing.
Oh yeah. Well, in the books, Master Chief's like 10 times stronger.
No, that's lore accurate.
Yeah.
That's lore accurate.
Yeah, but Sergeant Johnson, he gets more screen time, but Keyes is just one game, and then
Yeah.
that's it. And then Sergeant Johnson's 3 games, and then that's it.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Technically 4, because in Halo Infinite they made a little. No, they made like a little memorial thing for him. I think maybe.
I wouldn't call that screen time. The only other game
Yeah.
that I would consider screen time would be ODST at the
Oh
end.
yeah.
When he's like, hey, talking to the, I was going to say Huragok, but that's going to throw a lot of people off. The engineer at the end.
Yeah.
And
Space
Space Squid.
Very flammable.
Very
Pulls out a lighter.
pulls out a lighter, tosses him the lighter. Anyways, but Johnson's another great character because when Johnson's first introduced to the Master Chief, he outranks Chief at the time because he was not Master Chief. And they're sitting there, and he's sitting there going, so like, you want me to lead them? And they're like, no, they already have a great teamwork. They already work well together. They respect John. They listen to John. You're just going to be kind of in the position of big brother. And that's literally how they word it. You're just supposed to be an older brother, essentially.
Well, Sergeant Johnson was pretty much the first Spartan, not Spartan.
Yeah,
the first Spartan project.
he was a part of the Orion projects, which was air quotes the first Spartan, not Spartan project.
Pretty much Marines on crack.
Yeah, kind
Super
of.
meth.
But let's see. He's also the first person to actually have contact with the Covenant.
Is he the very first?
The very first.
Whoa.
Him and another sergeant. I'm so bad with names, and I know I am.
Well, we all are.
I'm terrible with names. But there was another sergeant and him, and they first run into a group of jackals, or Kigyar. They find their ship, and they get on board. Or no, they find a UNSC ship that was disabled, and Kigyar are on the ship, and they're like, oh, that's not human. Ended up murking them because they didn't know what to do with them, really. I mean, it's an unknown situation.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same. I'd probably be like, hey, base, I found a thing.
I found a thing. It ain't human.
They're already dead, so I kind of already made a call, so my bad.
First contact's botched. For the record.
No, he got permission from command because they were like,
Kill it.
It's Oni, so I mean,
You're a freak!
nonconformist.
Look at you, you bird-headed bastard.
Yeah, jackals are
ugly.
pretty gross.
They're ugly. Like,
Probably ugliest, definitely. Maybe hunters.
Grunts. Have you seen a grunt without the
have you
mask?
seen a grunt without their mask?
Oh yeah, that's true. Well,
They have no lips. They just have teeth.
yeah, but like
Pointy teeth.
they always have the mask because that's until you kill them and you hit them a couple times and you're like, oh god, I remember the first time I did that.
The first time you knocked one's mask
Yeah,
off, you're
'cause
just like, "Ugh."
I was playing.
Is he making a face at me? No, that is his face.
Yeah, I remember
that's his face.
playing through the game, and I was just beating the crap out of a grunt because like eventually you just beat Halo so many times you're like, whatever, just beat the crap out of a
How
grunt.
much of this hallway can I paint in blue blood?
Yeah, and then
Just kicking a corpse down the hallway.
his mask popped off. I was like, oh whoa, his mask. Oh god.
Dear Lord, what happened to your face?
Oh god,
That
that
is
is your
his
face.
Just starts clawing out your eyeballs.
Grunts are probably the grossest then. The buggers are probably second.
Yanma A.
Do you know all of them?
I knew. I said that earlier. I know them all.
Oh, okay.
That was part of his
Throw them
introduction.
at me. Come on, throw them at me.
Grunts is the
Ungoy,
Ungoy. Jackals are the
Kigyar,
hunters.
Lakolo.
Buggers.
As I said, Yanma A.
Oh, okay. Elites.
Sanghili,
Prophets.
Senshayum,
That's all of them, isn't it?
Brutes,
Brutes.
Jerohane.
Jesus.
Our Lord and Savior.
I was gonna be like Jesus.
Jesus.
Zeus.
How long did it take you to remember all of those?
Not terribly long. I can't remember which book I was listening to. But the buggers, the Yanma A, they were introduced in this book for the first time, and I was like, that's a fun name. I want to remember all their names now, and I just kind of committed to it from that. I think I was working at I forget which factory. The one that me and Ethan worked at. I don't want to drop names. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
We
personally.
probably shouldn't, just for our own.
But there was a factory job that me and Ethan were working at together at the time, and it was just one of those. I was like, I want to know all the names. I want to know them all. So I started learning
Really,
them.
was that like soon? Not soon, but like
That late into my career of Halo. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because that was not even 2 years ago.
No, not even.
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. Then Halo 4 came around.
Okay, so here's my opinion on Halo 4. I hate the way the aliens are designed in the game. I hate the way their armor's designed in the game. I hate the way the Master Chief's armor's designed in the game. That kind of bothers me, but that wasn't a deal breaker.
Yeah, I think Halo 2 is definitely my favorite Master Chief armor.
Yeah, but the overall story of Halo 4,
Yeah.
there were things that I hated, and then there were things that I loved. So here's a fun little tidbit about me. I don't know why, but for so long I was like, I want to fly a Pelican. Give me the chance to fly a Pelican. Halo 4 finally gave me that. And I was very excited for that.
That was an alright mission.
I got to fly a Pelican. That's all I cared about.
Oh, okay.
That's all I cared about. That was the only thing that I was like,
Yes, my time has come. Give me the bird.
I want the bird.
Majestic bird.
majestic creature.
Halo 4 was definitely it was when 343 it was when 343 became the company, and then Bungie went to go do Destiny.
Yeah, they wanted to do other things, and then 343 was the Halo and creators at that point forward. And again, I didn't hate 4. It was very like, it's all right. It's not bad.
Yeah.
5 was an absolute dumpster fire.
Story-wise,
Was just an absolute dumpster fire.
I think the game modes and stuff were pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair.
But do you think, kind of a subject change, kind of not, but
Go on.
do you think an elite could beat a space marine?
No, heavens no.
No, in a one-on-one.
I don't know, because like they're plasma guns.
They're plasma guns.
That's like the only thing that's really saving them.
Ish, but not quite. Because ceramite armor is still like, you have to understand, like, this, like the Warhammer 40k plasma gun is literally the energy of a contained star. Like, it is on another level to the Covenant's, like, direct energy weapons is more akin to what they are. Like,
Do you think the Flood could beat a space marine? Because that's pretty much like Nurgle, but on crack.
If a Space Marine was caught lacking,
if it was caught lacking, however, they are capable of hermetically sealing their suits, void sealing. From everything.
the only thing that would be very terrifying, though, is when Flood take over a body, they break all limiters.
Yep.
All limiters are broken, and a Space Marine's already broken AF as it is. So now you break its limiters, and it reinforces everything. That's a one-man nightmare.
Do you remember the first time bumping into the Flood in Halo 3? Well, I grant they were in since Halo 1, but Halo 3 specifically, when you're running back from destroying the anti-air.
Oh, yeah, the city's overrun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's the Space Marine who's dead, and you're like, oh, he's dead.
What do you mean, Space Marine?
Oh, not Space. My bad.
A Marine from space.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I'm not wrong.
Technically, you're not wrong, but that does not make you correct in your wording. Continue.
There's a Marine just dead. No one's really thinking about, or does he die?
No, he's just dead.
He's just dead.
Yeah,
You
he's
come
just
across
dead.
bodies of both Covenant and Marines.
Yeah, and then he gets infected with a spore. Which, do you know how that works?
How it works, actually?
The Flood.
Okay,
infecting stuff.
so with the actual Flood spores, they latch onto, and they actually have. You remember in Starship Troopers, the big brain bug that's just got that big like.
Yeah.
That just sticks in the brain. They have a much smaller
straw
version
of
of that. However, they will aim for your spinal cord and just your nervous system, and then just spread out throughout your entire body.
Oh.
They literally turn themselves and you into clay.
Huh. I did not know that.
Oh yeah. And they will shunt aside anything that is not like your head. Don't need that. It's just kind of to the side.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. There's a lot of Marines that are like, yeah, his head's over there.
There's a scene in the Halo book, The Flood, where one of them that got infected actually like tears back its arm to expose its bone, and tries to use that as a shiv.
Oh.
Yeah, Flood don't give a shit.
That would be pretty
Well,
freaking terrifying.
Not the Flood, but what's that one Halo movie?
Nightfall.
Nightfall.
Yeah.
Hunters were like the main enemy. In that.
The worms.
The worms,
The
the worms.
worms.
Because those of you who don't know, hunters are actually just a mass of worms.
They're a colony of worms.
Yeah, that the Covenant pretty much just slapped an armor set.
So when the hunter worms reach a certain size in their colony, they actually do gain a form of sentience. Essentially, they are now a being. So much so that when the hunters are bonded in their armor, they will also get a sibling, their bond brother.
Yes.
And they actually have names, but they're very long, complicated names. So they don't even ask me what they are because, my God.
They all probably have a name, but like they're all too long.
No. Like the hunter colony. This guy, he has a name,
Yeah.
and then his brown brother has a name.
Yeah. I remember in Nightfall when they took the form of a human.
That was Trip.
That was horrifying. I don't think I slept that night because I think I was super young when that movie came out. Not super young.
You were probably beginning of high school, I'd say.
Maybe. I don't. It's been forever since I've seen it. I don't even remember the last time I saw it. But
2 months ago for me.
yeah. Them turning into like forming a human and waving. That was Trip. If you haven't seen that movie, it's not great.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I'd give it a solid like 7 out of 10.
Not a Halo Legends, but not a what was the other one that came out where it was a
Forward Unto Dawn.
Forward Onto Dawn. That one was pretty good.
I love that one.
Yeah, that one.
honestly.
The only-
2014.
Oh,
Oof.
so when I graduated,
I was not in school. I was nowhere even close to high school.
9 years ago.
I'd say I graduate. That was my graduating year. That was your graduating year. Ooh, time's an illusion, man.
Time is an illusion.
Another thing is that I'm 19. Jonah is
28.
Ethan is.
28.
So there's kind of an age gap here, but I grew up with what they had, so I pretty much know what they know.
Yeah.
I grew up with their problems. I grew up with their things that they had. Because, might as well give hand-me-downs, I guess. But
Anyways.
Your hand-me-downs were hand-me-downs.
Yeah, they were. You're absolutely right, they
the
were.
hand-me-downs.
Do you know how hard it is to get anything new when you live in a house with 7 kids?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Jonah are the siblings of 7. Jonah's number 5. I'm number 7.
The baby.
You're just mad because you're
Baby.
Shut up.
old.
How about that?
But anyways, back on topic.
Right.
What was it? Forward Onto Dawn was about hell jumpers, right?
No.
ODS.
They were a big part in it, but it was more about the story of Captain Thomas Lasky.
And his beginning.
Yeah.
Where have I heard that name before?
He was the eventual captain of the Infinity.
Oh,
There it is.
Wait, the guy that's like, give me that.
No,
chip."
no, his
No.
underling.
His underling. The guy who's like, arrest that man. He's just like, I ain't touching him. You see the size of this fucker?
Okay, so not the guy who was
The guy who eventually takes over the Infinity.
yeah, and has the new AI that I don't know the name of, the orange one and the old.
Yeah, I know who
fire
you're
truck.
talking about, but
Okay.
again, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, so that's actually kind of neat because I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those
It's his story on how he began.
I mean, it's weird that they chose him, but like also cool because I thought he was cool. I also love it for how like when they were like, arrest that man, arrest him. It's like, what are you gonna do? There's another Spartan right there, but
Even Palmer, and even she was like, mm-mm.
Nope.
That's not even human anymore.
no.
Like,
that was,
I know I'm a Spartan too, but like, I'm still technically human.
No. I know I'm a Spartan too, but he's a Spartan too.
Yeah.
Not even that. Master Chief by that point is no longer human.
No,
That was
He
that
was
was
given
towards
that
the end of the game.
evolutionary.
That was towards the end of the game.
No,
he
he
didn't
was
have
it?
that evolutionary thing
didn't-
yet.
he didn't
Because
talk to the-
Palmer didn't see him in the evolutionary form until the end credits, because he's just like the size of a space marine. And she's like, oh damn.
Yeah, because remember earlier she was like,
I thought you'd be taller.
And then
you'd
he
be
goes to the
taller.
librarian. The
And then
librarian
she's
is
like,
here
"Hey,
you go.
here's 2 more feet."
Yeah.
Like
2 more
Ooh.
feet. Try like 5 more feet. He's huge.
Yeah, he went from 7 foot to like probably 8 or 9 foot tall.
Yeah, he
he
was-
is Space Marine sized at that point.
He's just an anemic space marine.
Yeah. And then if you beat Halo 4 on the Legendary, you get to see his eyes. Ooh.
Honestly, I hope they never ever reveal the Master Chief's face.
Oh God, what was
I'm
the
not
other-
talking about the show.
That's
I don't
just
count the
what I
show.
said.
The show is not canon.
No, with
You're wrong.
I think it was Halo 3, maybe. There was like a demo of it, and it was like if you hopped on to a mongoose and angled the camera just so it would clip through his visor, and then you could see his face.
Eh.
And then that was later patched out, but it was just like a little like, and if you clip, you would literally just clip through the plate with the camera, and then you could see like his eyes and his hair and all that jazz.
I also love when people
another
figured
one of
out
those
how to
little
do like free roam
goober
in like
things.
movie parts for Halo 1.
Oh.
And it's a scene where he takes off his helmet
And it's just another helmet.
I don't know how people figured how to do that, but whoever did is a genius.
That's funny.
First
That's
of all.
just funny to me.
Yeah, it's like
great.
They could have done something. They could have just made him headless or something, but no, they decided to just slap on another helmet.
That was funny.
Like also in Halo 3 when you get the theater mode and everything,
Yeah.
and if you run ahead of yourself, you can see stuff happening before you get there. Like on the mission you were just talking about, the flood, when they first attack the city, there's the flamethrower on that walkway. If you go way ahead, you see a Marine using the flamethrower on flood,
Oh yeah.
and then getting killed.
Yeah.
For the flamethrower to then subsequently be there. And I just always thought like those little details were so cool that like you can run ahead and see stuff going down before the player would ever even see it.
Yeah.
Like it's only there in case you decide I'm gonna go take a look ahead of what I'm doing in the theater. And it's just one of
yeah,
those little like
it's very cool.
attention to details. I was
Isn't
like,
it also like a little bit later ahead when there's the one Marine who's tripping out who has the pistol?
yeah, there's a little bit
I-
after that, but I don't think I've ever gone that far.
I don't know. If
I have
I've gone
not.
that far either. Maybe there's probably maybe a little something there, or maybe everything
might
just gets
be.
spawned. in.
Might be.
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Now we got to. It sounds like
Curiosity.
science. So, I just realized, for however long we've been recording and however long we were gone from the house, I picked up Oblivion again.
Oh Jesus.
Started playing that again. Before I left my Xbox on, and I took a hair tie on the controller, and I have my character walking into a corner to build up his sneak.
Those tricks still work.
Yep.
That mother has been walking into that corner for 3 hours now.
Look, I better be the stealthiest fucker on the planet.
It's sad that we still know all these stupid tricks for old
It's
games.
only a dumb idea if it doesn't work.
I still remember all of the cheats for the original StarCraft.
Oh my
Holy
God.
Jesus.
I memorized them, and I still got them
I had
locked
to-
away up here.
Warcraft 3. I had to like look those up because it's like I know some of them, but I looked some up and I was like, whoa, these are
Whoa.
I remember one of Oblivion's, COC testing hall.
I don't know that one.
Basically, it's just a room full of all the weapons, all the
Oh,
armor,
the
all the
Bethesda
spells.
Issue.
Bethesda.
Every Bethesda game has a room in it, and chests that hold every single item in the game because that's where they're spawned from whenever they're brought out in the world. They're literally copied from that room. So in every Bethesda game, there is this room that has every single item in the game.
You just gotta know the code to get there.
You just need to know how to get to it.
And Oblivion's
And-
was you would type it in, and it's COC testing hall. Oh, there was also set scale, and you can make things either really fucking big or really fucking tiny.
Made the final end boss.
Where do you type this in at?
You would hit enter on the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would
this
say
has to
this,
be
this
on
was
PC.
computer. This was
Yeah,
PC shit.
thing.
But you would hit enter on the computer and you type it in. There was another one that I can't remember. Oh, I mean, kill commands. That's an easy one though. Kill all.
Yeah. Well, Warcraft 3, it's
Depopulate
Greed
the
is
city.
good.
greed is good, and then you
Um,
type in how much money it gives you: money, food, and trees,
Yeah.
wood,
Lumber.
lumber. And then there, Who's your daddy? That's a funny one. Or it just makes you invincible.
Power overwhelming. That's the StarCraft equivalent.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which I learned how to spell overwhelming because of that. Because I'm an illiterate little shit.
A lot, of,
Insane.
a lot of old games kind of taught you how to like type and spell, just because it's like I gotta know how to type it because I'm not gonna like O W, you know.
Eventually, you just got. All right, there we go.
Yeah, got it. But yeah, there's a lot of old games that we used to do a whole bunch of stupid cheats for.
So here's a fun one. Champions on Rorath. You would hit for the PlayStation 2. It was both sets of bumpers, analog sticks all at the same time, and that'd boot you to level 20.
I think I remember that actually.
Keep that in mind.
Interesting.
You don't say.
I remember that one specifically because I think we were on not the ants, before the ants, and we were stuck a little bit. I was a wizard. You were probably a barbarian.
I think I was a barbarian because I know we needed the meat shield.
Yeah. That was a time when playing a wizard was actually good. I remember you doing that cheat. I was like, "Whoa, how do you do that?" And you're like, "Do it like this," and I did it. I was like, "Wow!"
We are now at level 20. All will fear us. We are gods.
Yes. And before you even get to a level 20 area, you're already leveled up 3 times.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that. More than.
And then you
3
get to
times.
the level 20 area, and it's like, oh, all right. I can still handle this.
This is still doable. Then you get to the final boss, and you're like, "Oh."
Well, by then, you're a lot further along.
Yeah. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, I'd play that again,
Yeah.
but I'd want to get a group for that.
Another old game that we've all came to love and enjoy was Def Jam Fight for New York.
God, I used to make you guys so mad.
Well, you did the
Kickboxing and grapple.
Yeah, Jesse did just grapple, which that was 10 times worse. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
So Def Jam Fight for New York, you are a gangster. It goes straight from
It's a street fighter.
It's like
game.
an American Yakuza game, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
Just no free roaming. It's just straight fight after fight.
Just fight after fight.
If
after
you have
fight,
not
but it's
played
got,
that
like, a
game,
premise.
Find a way to play it.
I'd
somehow.
recommend it.
I absolutely recommend it. I suggest not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying.
know what you're saying. Some of the finishers in that game that were brutal.
Yes.
Oh my God, they were so cool though.
Oh my god, that game is so good. If you have not played that game, it's old. So I think it was made like
PlayStation 2 era.
yeah. I think it was made the same year that I was born. I want to put money down on that.
Yeah.
Def Jam.
We are doing a Google search. Google.com.
Yeah, you could play it on the GameCube and have everything censored.
It's Nintendo.
No, I'm a year older than it. 04.
04.
September 1st. Do you remember? Well, the 21st, but the 21st night of September. So anyway.
Do you remember?
The 1st of September when Def Jam released.
I'm gonna
I
punch
have to
you.
work on that.
That and plus, if you love rap, that's an even better game for you to play.
Main villain in the game played by Snoop Dogg.
Snoop-
Wish I was making that up.
No, he plays Crow. Literally, you will hate him by the end of the game. If you make it to the end game, you will hate him.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you play on the harder difficulties, because kind of spoilers here. I know this is spoilers everywhere. So you get to the end of the game, you're fighting Crow, and you're in this like 6th story building, and there's like 4 glass windows that
Yep.
you don't have to, but you can. You throw them against them, you grab them, and then you just try to break the window. And like on the 4th or 5th one, the window finally breaks. But then that's when his AI is like, okay, now I get the window's open. I'm gonna throw you through that window, even though you've been bashing my skull into it this entire time.
Yep.
So kind of you to open it using my head.
Yeah, that game that has happened to me more times than I can count.
Honestly, I'd love to play that game again.
Yeah. I suggest playing it. You know what? That was released in 04. They got their money for it. If you can, try and figure out a way to ROM it.
It is a lot of fun.
It's that and plus it'll look better because with old
It's certainly easier than trying to get your hands on a PS2 if you don't just have yours sitting around.
getting a PS2, getting a Don't play it on a flat screen.
copy.
Memory card, controllers, the game itself.
Yeah.
Which is still going. I think it's still going for like retail price, isn't it?
PlayStation 2?
No, the Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh, I couldn't
I think
tell you
last
that.
time we saw it, it was like at CNC Games. It was still going for 50-60.
I can believe it because it is a cult classic game, and they will sell cult classic games for retail. What?
I was dead wrong. We're looking at 100, 239.
Oh shit.
Them scalpers be working overtime.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, $60 probably. No,
Nope.
it was not that.
It is not.
It was not that.
My heart sank a little bit. So don't do this with games that have already made their money. That's what I will say. If you do that with new games,
If the option is buying it secondhand or emulating it, is it really a crime?
yeah,
like-
kind of, yeah. But I won't endorse it. But I will say maybe.
I won't tell you how to live your life.
I won't tell you yes, but I'm not saying no either.
Yeah. That is just a great game.
Oh, yeah.
It has an amazing storyline too. You play as a. I'll get back to this. It goes straight from Vendetta, I think. I never played that. I only played.
No, I've only played New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but your boss gets taken away by the police because he just killed someone.
Wasn't your boss at the time, though?
Yeah. He just killed someone in a boxing match. The police came, arrested him, and your guy comes in, T-bones the police car, gets him out of there. You two drive off, and then your character creation is the police station,
The
like
police sketching.
yeah, where you like, it's really cool. Where they have like a list of colors, like your skin color, your
What was
face.
his skin color? What kind of hair did he have? What were his eyes? What were the color of his eyes? Now give me, what would the nose look like? And just shit like that.
But yeah, Def Jam is definitely a good game, and if you can, I highly suggest it. But with that being said, I believe we've come to a stopping point for this
A
podcast.
good
episode.
conclusion spot, if you
Yeah.
will.
This first episode was mostly us just,
A little introduction,
a
if
little
you will.
introduction. We really didn't get a whole lot into lore. We did get into Halo lore a lot,
Yeah.
a little bit of Pokemon.
An introduction with some flavor.
Yeah.
With some Flavor Flav.
But yeah, Jonah, you signed us in. Why don't you sign us off?
Well, thank you all for joining us. Those who listen, I'm Jonah,
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Ethan.
and we hope to see you next time. And remember, knowledge is power.